Welcome to Spy Collection. Here is Anastasios and this is a follow-up from our September 2024 episode on the Trimble Navigation FlightMate Pro GPS device. In 2013, for the first time in its history, the Turkish National Intelligence Organization, known as MIT, allowed some vetted journalists access to their close-to-the-public spy museum. Among the various artifacts, it was also this, with its label saying GPS devices used between 1995 and 2002. Turkey was conducting numerous covert and clandestine operations all around Middle Eastern Europe at the time, in remote areas with limited to no official map coverage. So early GPS devices like those made their operatives' lives easier. But since we already covered FlightMate Pro in 2024, let's talk about the other unit that is displayed here, the Magellan Trailblazer GPS receiver. Magellan is one of those companies that did significant innovations in GPS technology. Reading their official page, Magellan was founded in 1986, and with over 200 key patents in GPS technology, Magellan is recognized as an industry innovator and leader. And here is the device. Feel free to pause the video if you'd like to read its description. This specific unit was from 1994 and it was very popular in those early days of commercial GPS. Apart from the device itself, it was shipped with the initialization map and city reference chart. Its field guide, the accessory options, its reference guide, and its pamphlet. Which also includes the features of the device in its last page. Finally, we have its pouch, which is also visible in MIT's Spy Museum under the device. This here is its antenna. You had to rotate it to point straight up with a clear view of the sky to obtain the GPS signals. Even for today's standards, the Trailblazer was a very robust unit, and beyond the Turkish spies, it was popular among several elite military operatives all around the globe. We found a reference to it from the founder of SEAL Team 6, Richard Marcinko, in his 2010 novel, Rogue Warrior Designation Gold, inspired from his experiences conducting covert operations. Apparently, this is a fictional story, but it gives some interesting perspective about elite military units and this device. He was describing the preparation for a Heiho jump with Israeli special operators to covertly enter Lebanon near its border with Israel. 6 minutes later, I knew that the school's oxy bottles were 2/3 full, more than ample to get us where we wanted to go. We'd solved another of the major problems when we'd bought our two commercial Magellan Global Positioning System finders. Using a flight map, we could punch our destination into the keypads, and the Magellan would read our positions off of an Navstar satellite, giving us up-to-date information about where we were in relation to our target, as well as keeping us on our flight path. Of course, reading a Magellan while you're descending in total darkness at a rate of about 16 feet a second presents its own unique set of challenges, but we'd worry about such things later. And later on the book says, I like the way this man did business. He played for keeps. We'll do a little TNT tonight, too, although we'll be well north of your AO, I said. I punched the coordinates I'd received from Ken Ross into the Magellan, waited for a readout, and showed the screen to Kobe. The big Israeli made notes on a sheet of paper, took a straight edge, and started drawing lines on his pilotage chart. Moments later, he called me over to the rigging table. New Mr. Officer, what do you think? It was so keys that it had to work, which is exactly what I told him. Keys. Keep it simple, stupid, he repeated. I like that. I like it. You know, in the Israeli army, we also have a saying that means much the same. It is the best is most of times the enemy of good. Once again, those last couple of quotes were coming from a fiction book. However, it was written by one of the most elite Special Operations Forces operator of the US military, so most likely he'd used tradecraft that was realistic for the given period. It goes without saying that if you have any actual spy or special operations stories related to it, please let us know. We know that Turkish spies were using it, and based on Marcinko's quotes, potentially US Special Operations were using it too. In the majority of the cases, spies rely more on items like this rather than tailor-made spy gadgets to complete their missions. So, a GPS device for outdoor enthusiasts, or an espionage tool for covert operations. In espionage, nothing is as it seems.